Hello everyone, and welcome to my Young and Restless official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to Wednesday, March 5th spoilers for The Young and the Restless, Victor Newman will reject a truce, and Jack Abbott will become enraged over a Jabot leak. Adam Newman will also be provoked by Billy Abbott, so let's talk about all the excitement on Wednesday. First, Jack will likely know exactly who to blame since he will likely find a leak at Jabot. Jack is likely to approach Victor for a confrontation, which Nikki Newman will likely interrupt. Jack might accuse Victor and force him to acknowledge that he planted some Jabot spies, but Victor will undoubtedly act foolish. Nikki will make an effort to persuade Victor and Jack to end their long-running conflict, but it's unlikely that either of them will be willing to do so. This is particularly true for Victor, who continues to hold Jack accountable for what transpired with Nikki in the GCAC suite that evening. Victor doesn't simply forgive and go on, especially when it comes to a significant adversary like Jack. Speaking of adversaries, on Wednesday's YNR episode, Billy will run into Adam and attempt to agitate him. Adam and Chelsea Lawson will be having a good time at a table at the coffee shop when Billy appears. Billy will probably presume Chelsea and Adam are back together based on the vibe they'll give off. Billy might be upset with Adam for forcing Chelsea to do this and disregarding limits. Billy will most likely continue to blame Adam despite Chelsea's quick defense of him by pointing out that she is in charge of her own decisions. Adam will also mention Billy's major debut, assuming it's the next step in his retaliation. Billy may argue that his new business is centered on the future, even if Adam will see him as a target along with Newman Media. Naturally, there have been clues from YNR that Billy might still be seeking revenge. Stay tuned for more forecasts on Billy's dubious schemes, as he may be preparing to deal some blows to Adam and Victor Newman. Stay in for updates on Billy's plans because according to spoilers for The Young and the Restless, unpleasant news may be on the horizon for the Newmans. Spoilers for Tuesday, March 4th, 2025, are available for The Young and the Restless. Fans can anticipate Phyllis Summers and Sharon Newman coming up with an escape strategy in tomorrow's episode. Daniel Romalotti, Jr. requests that Chance Chancellor launch a formal police inquiry in the interim. In addition, Summer Newman assigns blame. Let's talk about what will happen in the upcoming episode of the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. Unsolved double abduction. Fans may anticipate more of the enigmatic double kidnapping tale on Tuesday, March 4th. The identity of the enigmatic kidnapper has not yet been revealed. The final goal is still unclear, and it's undoubtedly a mystery. The captor appears to be counseling Sharon and Phyllis. But what does the kidnapper hope will happen? The escape strategy of Sharon Newman. Phyllis and Sharon take matters into their own hands, even though the identity of the captor remains a mystery. They resolve to devise a method of escape. Phyllis picks up a metal folding chair in the weekly preview segment. She yells for help as loudly as she can and threatens to toss it out the window. She is apparently stopped by Sharon, who threatens to have them both killed. But it's likely that Sharon will inform Phyllis that they require a real plan, one that won't result in their demise. Read more, discover the events of Y and R's most recent episode. The Chance Chancellor's exam. According to tomorrow's teasers for The Young and the Restless, everyone's anxiety over Phyllis and Sharon is growing over time. Daniel and Nick Newman have been exchanging notes. The instances just cannot be separated due to the numerous parallels and coincidences between them. Daniel will request that Chance launch a formal police investigation into the disappearance of Phyllis. But can the cops really do anything when there is no proof and both victims are calling home? They would apparently require something more to go on. She'll play the blame game with Summer. Summer is likely to blame Sharon, claiming that she did something terrible to Phyllis. Read more, The Young and the Restless spoilers, Ian's plot of revenge targets Sharon and Phyllis. March 4th, 2025, Tuesday. She took a chance by telling Nate Hastings only a portion of the truth about Audra Charles. Since Audra has dated many guys, it would be reasonable to assume that Holden Novak is her ex. Although Audra made it seem as though they went on a few dates, their connection was intense and serious. That will therefore come back to haunt Audra. Damian Kane's predicament is another. Keep an eye out for any shocking revelations because it's unclear if he's a good or wicked guy. What is the plot that you are most excited to see? Post your ideas in the space provided for comments below. To find out what happens next, don't forget to continue watching the soap opera on CBS or Paramount+. Phyllis Summers and Sharon Newman have been antagonists on The Young and the Restless for many years. However, the competition between the two women grew more intense when Ian Ward and Jordan Howard joined forces to defeat the Newmans last fall. They were drugged, abducted, and woken up to discover that they were trapped in a room together, unable to leave unless they could figure out a way to cooperate, just when their animosity toward one another had reached its peak. While some viewers are already dissatisfied, others are excited to see how they resolve this and whether it will improve their relationship. It's about damn time we did something. Let's start the game with Phyllis and Sharon. Some fans find Sharon's plot overpowering, while others compare it to other advancements and label them boring. In her remark, user Dane the Vanilla Strawberry Williams commented, "I hope the writer pushes the limit here. Admire Days, B&B, General Hospital, or other soap operas. Participate in the discussion on our SC boards. To interact with fans and start a conversation right away, click here." Fans have also commented how excited they are for The Young and the Restless' impending action and adventure due to Sharon and Phyllis's captivity. On The Young and the Restless, Sharon and Phyllis were abducted and imprisoned in an unoccupied room in a terrifying turn of events. Sharon was startled and perplexed when she awoke to a loud buzzer. Desperate to return to her children and grandchild, she pleaded with their kidnapper for information. She discovered Phyllis unconscious on the floor while searching for a way out. Phyllis was skeptical of Sharon from the moment she woke up. Arguments sprang almost immediately between the two women, who had a long history of conflict. Sharon questioned whether Phyllis was responsible for the kidnapping, while Phyllis accused Sharon of organizing it. They eventually discovered that they had been placed there by someone else. They understood they had to cooperate in order to get out, despite their lack of mutual trust. As Sharon looked around the room for hints, Phyllis attempted to open the latch. After some time, she discovered some books that showed they were confined within the now-demolished Havenhurst Psychiatric Hospital. They discovered that someone had drugged them before they woke up, imprisoned in the room, as Sharon and Phyllis attempted to reconstruct their memories. Assuming Ian Ward was dead, they speculated as to who might be responsible and pondered if one of his former cult members want retribution. They are at his mercy, nevertheless, according to a voice that plays on an old wall speaker. They simply know they are playing someone else's game and must abide by their rules in order to win, but they have no idea what it is. The award? They are surviving to tell the story of their nightmare. As they are compelled to revisit upsetting memories, such as Heather's passing and Sharon's breakdown, their tension is rising. Phyllis accused Sharon of causing her family's suffering, but Sharon maintained that she had also been a victim. Despite all of the animosity, a tiny sense of solidarity has started to emerge. A bitter recollection of the time she had been poisoned, Sharon cautioned Phyllis that anything she drank may be dangerous when they discovered canned food and bottled water. Recognizing the gravity of their predicament, Phyllis stated that they needed to cooperate in order to survive. The doorbell sounded once more, and then there was music, as they had agreed. Thinking the song might provide a hint, Sharon listened intently. In the meantime, Phyllis's terror was concealed by her rage as she screamed at their invisible captor. Despite their tumultuous past, Sharon and Phyllis understood that facing their kidnapper together was their only chance to overcome their animosity. However, the questions still stand: what sort of perverse game is this, and who has ensnared them? Although Nikki will try to convince Victor and Jack to call a truce, it's doubtful either of them will be in the mood to end their long-standing feud. This situation is particularly tricky for Victor, who still holds a grudge against Jack for the events that transpired that fateful night in the GCAC suite with Nikki. Victor is not someone who forgives easily, especially when it comes to an adversary like Jack, and this tension has been brewing for years. Despite Nikki's best efforts to act as a peacekeeper, the deep-rooted animosity between Victor and Jack seems beyond repair, with both men steadfast in their positions. Speaking of adversaries, the ongoing conflict between Billy and Adam continues to unfold, taking a dramatic turn on Wednesday's episode of The Young and the Restless. The scene in the coffee house sets the stage for a tense encounter as Adam enjoys a quiet moment with Chelsea Lawson, only for Billy to show up and stir the pot. From the moment Billy steps in, it's clear that he has no intention of letting Adam off the hook. With the vibe in the room suggesting that Chelsea and Adam might be reconciling, Billy is quick to accuse Adam of pressuring Chelsea into a relationship, brushing off any notion that Chelsea is capable of making her own decisions. Billy's interference is not just a momentary annoyance, it's part of a larger pattern of him trying to undermine Adam and, by extension, Adam's relationship with Chelsea. As the conversation escalates, Adam finds himself defending his choices and calling out Billy for trying to interfere in his life. However, Adam's own frustrations are not entirely about Billy's comments, there's also the looming presence of Billy's business venture. Adam is quick to assume that Billy's new project is not just about business but about a calculated attempt at revenge, specifically targeting Adam and Newman Media. Billy, however, tries to deflect Adam's assumptions, insisting that his venture is purely forward-looking even though hints from past episodes suggest that Billy may still harbor a deep-seated need for vengeance. The tension between Adam and Billy continues to grow, and viewers are left wondering what Billy's next move will be in his ongoing battle against Adam and Victor. In addition to the drama between Billy and Adam, the latest spoilers for The Young and the Restless on March 4, 2025, reveal some intense developments involving Phyllis Summers and Sharon Newman. These two women, longtime rivals, find themselves in an entirely different situation when they are kidnapped together. The mystery surrounding their captor continues to unfold, leaving Phyllis and Sharon trapped in a confined space, forced to rely on each other in a way they never imagined. The episode promises high tension as the two women struggle with their conflicting emotions and the realization that their survival may depend on cooperation. Sharon, ever the planner, quickly realizes that escaping will require a strategic approach, and she begins to hatch a plan to break free. Phyllis, on the other hand, is more impulsive and attempts to take matters into her own hands, even threatening to break the window with a chair in a desperate attempt to attract attention. However, Sharon quickly points out the dangers of such an approach, reminding Phyllis that acting recklessly could endanger both of their lives. With their options limited, the two women must find a way to work together, putting aside their long-standing animosity for the sake of survival. Meanwhile, Daniel Romalotti, Jr. grows increasingly concerned about Phyllis and Sharon's disappearance, and he enlists Chance Chancellor to launch an official police investigation. Despite the growing sense of urgency, the investigation faces several hurdles. With no solid evidence and no clear clues pointing to the identity of the captor, the police are in a difficult position. The case seems to be shrouded in mystery, and Daniel's efforts to get to the bottom of it are further complicated by the fact that both Phyllis and Sharon have managed to contact their families, muddying the waters of the investigation. While Chance begins to dig deeper, the question remains, can he find any concrete leads before it's too late? As the episode progresses, Summer Newman plays a pivotal role in the ongoing drama, accusing Sharon of being responsible for Phyllis's disappearance. Summer's accusation stems from her frustration and her belief that Sharon may be hiding something. As tensions rise, Summer's suspicions only add to the growing sense of confusion and urgency surrounding the case. Meanwhile, Audra Charles's past continues to haunt her as she confesses part of the truth to Nate Hastings. While she downplays her previous relationships, it's clear that her connection with Holden Novak was far more serious than she lets on. Audra's selective honesty is likely to come back to bite her, especially as other characters, such as Damian Kane, remain mysterious and could be key to understanding the larger picture. The true nature of her past relationships may play a significant role in the future of The Young and the Restless, and viewers can expect some explosive revelations to emerge in the coming episodes. In the midst of all this drama, the mysterious kidnapping plot looms large. Sharon and Phyllis's kidnapping story is full of twists and turns, with fans eager to see how the two women will navigate the complexities of their situation. The two women, once bitter enemies, now find themselves in an unlikely alliance as they work together to escape their captor. The tension between them only intensifies as they are forced to confront painful memories and personal demons. Phyllis, who has always been a force to be reckoned with, finds herself in an unfamiliar position, relying on Sharon, of all people, for support. The captor's identity remains shrouded in mystery, and as the days drag on, Phyllis and Sharon are faced with a series of challenges that test their resolve. While they may not trust each other, the shared goal of survival becomes a powerful motivator, pushing them to put aside their differences and focus on finding a way out. As the story unfolds, fans are left to wonder, who's behind the kidnapping, and what twisted game are they playing? The answers to these questions will have profound implications for the characters involved, and viewers are eagerly awaiting the next chapter in this gripping storyline. In conclusion, the ongoing feuds and mysteries in The Young and the Restless promise plenty of drama in the coming episodes. From the bitter rivalry between Victor and Jack to the intense tensions between Billy and Adam to the shocking kidnapping of Sharon and Phyllis, the show continues to keep fans on the edge of their seats. With so many unanswered questions and unresolved conflicts, it's clear that The Young and the Restless will continue to deliver thrilling twists and turns in the days ahead. Fans can only hope that the characters will find a way to navigate these challenges and emerge victorious, or at least survive long enough to face whatever comes next. Victor doesn't simply forgive and go on, especially when it comes to a significant adversary like Jack. Speaking of adversaries, on Wednesday's YNR episode, Billy will run into Adam and attempt to agitate him. Adam and Chelsea Lawson will be having a good time at a table at the coffee shop when Billy appears. Billy will probably presume Chelsea and Adam are back together based on the vibe they'll give off.